Yes, my peoples, what's happening? What's going on? Hope everyone's all good and well. Ashctizzy here, and welcome to my YouTube channel. You know the vibes, you know the energy. Like, comment, share, subscribe, send it to an auntie, a niece, a uncle, a nephew, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a cousin, a grandma, a granddad. You know the vibes, man. Let's get this thing global, man. But let's get straight into it. Arsenal won, Seagull FC, aka Brighton FC, won. I was about to cuss them out, but you know what? Credit where credit's due, man. Brighton are a good team. And it's big facts. Like, to play against Brighton 11v11 is a hard game anyway, let alone to go down to 10 men. Even though the red card was very, very, very controversial, Declan Rice, personally, I don't even feel like the first tackle was a yellow card. The game's gone soft now. It's like if you go to ground and you don't get the ball, the refs are just quick to just dish out a yellow card, and I don't feel like it should be like that. I feel like, do you know what I mean? If you throw it back to the 90s, even before that, 80s, 70s, obviously I know we're in 2024, but the tackles now, it's like you just do a little tackle, you don't get the ball, straight yellow. You speak to the ref, yellow, yellow, red, and it's like, come on, man, the game's gone soft. I feel like a lot of these refs have main character syndrome, where they want to be on the back papers tomorrow. They want to be the front pages, the back pages, the middle pages. They want to be the talking point on Twitter. They want everything to be about them. And it shouldn't be like that. I feel like it's ruining the game, man. Obviously, we know VAR has been brought in to help these kind of things. Not necessarily these kind of things, but bad and irrational decisions where refs might just make a decision in the moment. VAR is supposed to come in and intervene. But you know, when you get a yellow card, VAR can't intervene in that. So if that was a straight red, VAR could turn around and say, yo, I think you need to go to the camera, look at the screen, blah, blah, blah. But because it's two yellows, we don't even get that privilege. Yeah, we don't even get that privilege, which is annoying. Obviously, like, if I'm being 100, obviously, technically, the laws of the book, the laws of the game, sorry, it's another yellow when it is a sending off, as Declan Rice said, but it's harsh. If we're gonna have yellow cards for that, then let's keep some consistency, because we see in the first half, Pedro done it. Nothing. I even saw a video on Twitter of Declan Rice doing it against us for West Ham. Nothing. But it seems like as soon as you put on that red and white top, you know what I mean? You gotta be extra careful. Yeah, I'm definitely disappointed with a draw, because I feel like these are the kind of games that you look back at after 38 games and you kind of say, you know what? If we would have got the 3 points here, then would we win the league? And you know, Manchester City are they're juggernaut. Like, Haaland's getting another hat-trick again. So it's like you can't even afford to slip up on these games. But that's looking at it at one point of view. If I look at it on another point of view, 2-3 years ago, we go 10 man against Brighton. We're getting spun. Just gonna go 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1. I've seen it happen so many times. Like, we don't necessarily have the backbone. We do now, but we didn't necessarily have the backbone to kind of ride them waves. Remember as well, Declan Rice got sent off in the 46th minute. So it was early. It's not even like Declan Rice got sent off with 10 minutes to go. Man got sent off and we had a whole half to play, you know. Man had a whole half to play with 10 man. So in terms of that, credit where credit's due, man. As an Arsenal fan, we've come a long way. There are games that we would have lost. We would have got spunked. Sorry, we would have got spanked. That's a why. Why for that? We would have got spanked. But yeah, man, I'll take it. The only thing I would say is that Brighton didn't really, like, I've seen, like, I see a lot of people saying like Brighton was getting into the game before the red card. I don't think so. I feel like it was just a controlled performance from Arsenal, knowing that we're gonna create chances and eventually we're gonna score. The goal. Now, the goal was the goal we conceded, Pedro, which I've got a video on TikTok. If any of you haven't seen, if you have, big up yourself. If you haven't, go over to my TikTok, socials are the same, and have a look. I made a video on Pedro last season. Good player. The only thing is with him is I don't personally believe he gets you that 20 goals a season in the Premier League. I believe he's a bit like a Jesus. He looks great. Some games you can almost say he had a good game today, but he ain't scored or assisted. So that's where I think we are with Pedro. Pedro is a very good footballer. Composure. To be fair, I'm gonna call this now. I wouldn't be surprised if Pedro ends up at Chelsea. I don't know if it's because of the way he looks or the way he carries himself. but he looks like a Chelsea kind of player. So yeah, man. Remember I said this at the beginning of the season, yeah. João Pedro will end up at Chelsea, man. He's a Chelsea man. He's a Chelsea type of player. The goal was too weak though, man. Partey was obviously sitting in that 6. It was a through ball. One ball split our whole midfield, put Gabriel on the wrong side. Then he tried to tackle him, and it's like he don't want to give away a penalty, so he's not gone in full throttle, but at the same time, he's been beat too easily. Rayar's done what he can, saved it, palmed it out into danger. Unfortunately, boom, João Pedro's wrapped it up. What can we do, man? You know what I mean? What can we do? Like I said, 10 man. Obviously, you know, if you've got Rice in that midfield, you're hoping that there's more. We're going to be more solid in there. Partey is going to sweep up. Rice is going to be in the 8. But as soon as Rice left the pitch, that hole was massive. Partey had to kind of play a centre mid by himself. And yeah, man, as much as I love Partey, one of my favorite sayings to say is every dog has its day, man. And Partey's coming towards the end of that day, man. Uncle, man, you're looking more 35-ish than 29-ish. Do you know what I'm trying to say, Thomas Partey? So, yeah, man, I'm not saying that I'm discrediting him. I'm just saying that maybe it's time that we do look to replace. And I know that's what Marino will come in for. Even though I don't actually feel like there's that much of an age difference between Marino and Thomas Partey. I just think that Marino is still more mobile than Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey is, you can tell he's kind of lost his physicality a little bit. He takes too many touches on the ball for me. Don't get it twisted. He can find the pass. He can break the lines. He's a very good tactical player. But he's just lost a little bit of that physicality, a little bit of that sharpness, and just a little bit of that quickness to get the ball, receive it, and get it out of his feet quick enough to then release the pass. I feel like sometimes he dwells on the ball too long. And I'm feeling that other teams are sussing that out now, because it's almost like he's the trigger point for the other team. Like when Partey gets on the ball, other teams want to press trigger us. I'm not saying it always works. I'm not saying that he's a victim, but other teams are almost treating it like Partey's the victim. Almost, as soon as Partey gets the ball, then we press, because from his pass is going to go into someone else who's not going to have a great touch, and all of a sudden we get the ball back and boom, turnover possession. You know what I mean? But again, that's not rubbing out Thomas Partey. That's just me saying that he looks sluggish. He looks a bit a shell of himself. Still a quality player, but like I said, some of these players, man, they go for a 3-4 year peak, or they have their best years for a couple of years, and then that's it. They kind of decline. Remember as well, Partey's been out for time. He's just really getting back into having a run of games. So you know what? I'll judge Partey more on in January. Odegaard, shout out my brethren Baller T on that one as well, man, because he's kept it true with Odegaard. On Twitter, he's been saying that Odegaard is good player, but he doesn't show up. Odegaard is no Mesut Ozil. Odegaard is no Santi Cazorla. Odegaard is no Kevin De Bruyne. Like, we know this. Odegaard's never tried to be them man. But without Odegaard, what I would say is with this Arsenal fans is, yeah, all the Arsenal fans that have the agenda that Odegaard is not good enough and Odegaard is holding us back. I've heard some wild shouts. Odegaard is holding us back. Odegaard is not good enough. Odegaard has never won a game. Odegaard shies away. For all of them, man, that have that chat for Odegaard, yeah, I'm telling you now, and listen clearly, I'm telling you now, without Odegaard, yeah, we're back to fighting for Europa. There's none of this Champions League. See this fairy tale that Arsenal fans have in their head now of, we're chasing Man City, we're trying to win the Premier League. That is because of man like Odegaard. Facts. That is because of man like Odegaard. Take away Odegaard and we're back trying to fight for Europa, or even worse, finishing 8th and 9th on some laughing stock thing in it. So, cool. Odegaard needs to show up. He needs to show up more. I get it. Captain, Superman with an armband. I get it. Show up a little bit more. But let's not do this whole he's not good enough to play for Arsenal. He's holding us back. He's not our best player, because take Odegaard out of the team and you're Arsenal fans, you know what I'm trying to say? You know what they say, yeah? They're big saying that we say in yard. But those who don't hear must feel. And trust me, yeah, we will feel the effect when Odegaard, God forbid, but when he leaves or he doesn't, he's injured for some time. Bearing in mind as well, yeah, all this Kevin De Bruyne talk and all this Ozil talk and all this Santi Cazorla talk. Them man there all had a a serious 9 to finish off the chances. When man's dilly and dallying, man's got a serious 9 to wrap up the goals. Odegaard don't really have that. You get me? He don't really have that. Like, you see what he does with Saka, you see what he does with Havertz and that, but he ain't really got that Haaland up top, that Suarez, that Karim Benzema. He ain't got them man there. You get me? So let's speak with context when we're speaking about Odegaard, please, yeah? Who else played yesterday? My boy Timber, man. Timber, shout out Timber. I like what Timber's doing. He started off as a left back, then we made a couple changes. He played as a right back. I like Timber. Confident on the ball, don't shy away from wanting it, believes in his ability, does a bit too much at times. But I think, remember as well, Timber was out for time. ACL injury took him out for like 9-10 months. So he needs to find rhythm. You can train all you want, but there's no intensity like playing a match on a Saturday. You can't replicate it. Whether it's a training game, whether it's whatever you're trying to do, you can't replicate the fans being there and the intensity of how the Premier League is going to be. So context again, Arsenal fans. Let's just wait and see. Let's wait and see if Timber looks good. He went off yesterday. Let's hope it's not too serious. Let's just hope it's, you know what I mean? Because that was, when you're playing 10 man against Brighton, them man there was keeping the ball. You know what I'm trying to say? We was getting cooked. My brother was messaging me saying, yo, we're getting cooked. You get me? Them man there are out on holiday. Them man there are out on holiday, messaging me saying, yo, Arsenal are getting cooked. You feel me? So, yeah, man, it's not easy playing with 10 man against Brighton. It's not easy playing with 11 man against Brighton because they keep the ball. But 10 man against Brighton, yeah, Timber's legs must have been throbbing yesterday. His legs must have been throbbing. I don't even think he's injured. I just feel like his legs said, yo, take time. And that's it. He had to humble himself and come off, man. But yeah, man, I'm positive for Timber, and I'm positive for that whole defense, really, man. Like I said, 10 man, it's hard to judge in it. The only thing I can say is that the resilience, the character, the passion, the commitment that we showed to not lose that game, I like it. Obviously, I would have wanted the win. I like it. And for me, yesterday's man of the match, Kai Clark Havertz. Yo, stand up. Kai Clark Havertz. Because you see Chelsea try and make us think that Havertz is dead, you know. Arsenal fans, don't let them gaslight you. Don't let them manipulate you. Don't let them take no accountability for their actions. Chelsea fans try to tell us. Chelsea fans, listen, you try to tell us Havertz is dead. Are you man mad? Are you man sick? Are you man dizzy? Havertz is cold. I'm not letting no Chelsea fans gaslight me ever again and talk about donkey Havertz. He likes donkeys, this and that. Where's he play? Bro, Havertz is a 9, innit? I'm not saying that Havertz is going to be top goal scorer in the Premier League. And I'm not saying we don't need a number 9. So don't try and put it in the air like I'm saying we don't need a number 9. Of course we do. But Havertz is good. Kai Havertz is good. I'm happy with him. And yeah, he led the line well yesterday, getting on the ball, being a nuisance and just being an outlet. Let's not get onto Havertz for things that we know we can't do. Like, we know he's not the fastest. We know he's not the best finisher. That's cool. We know that he's not that. So when he's not giving you them explosive runs, don't be mad. It's not Havertz's fault we never bought a 9 that can do that. It's not. It's Arteta's fault. And Edu and them man up Dessa, you get it? It's them man's fault that never brought in that Ivan Toney or that Osherman that man that wanted. You get it? Havertz can only do what Havertz can do. And what Havertz is doing is impressing me. I will say that. So yeah, man, watch the space, man. I made a little, you're going to see as well. So what I've got coming out, I've got a little weekly show coming out, football chit chat with a mandem, where we're just talking football. We're getting into debates. We're having conversations. We're busting jokes, all that kind of stuff that you do just normally, man. The guests will change week in, week out. I've got some funny guests. I've got a couple mandem that are going to be regular on the panel. I've got people that will make one-off appearances if something major happens. You know what I mean? We're gonna have fun with it, man. So what's that space? It's called Football Chit Chat, where I made a mad wild statement. By the way, that's gonna come out. I'm gonna try aim for that to come out once a week. So try get that once a week. Football Chit Chat show. Episode 1 is coming out on Monday. So this video will probably land before that. Obviously, these are just reaction videos. So these videos will try to come out either the same day as the Arsenal games or the day after. So depending on my work schedule. You know what I'm saying, man? We work, man. We work. You know what I mean? So just depending on that. But the football chit chat show will come out like once a week. Where I made a wild shout. I'm not even going to tell you the shout because I want you to go watch that video when it comes out. But I made a mad shout about Havertz. It's called Wild Takes. Where I'm going to get all my guests to just have a wild take, and I'm going to come back to them at the end of the season, man. There was some funny wild takes there. But yeah, man, now it's the international break. And to be fair, we need it. I think that players like Declan Rice, they've been playing hella games, man. Like, bro, let man breathe. Let man rest. Did you get me? Man just playing hella games. So I feel like we need that. We started off strong, I'd say. Played 3-1-2, drew 1. Context, the one that we drew, we had 10 man. So I'm happy. As an Arsenal fan, I'm happy with how the season started. In the transfer market, I would have definitely wanted more players. Maybe, like I said, if it's not a 9, then at least a winger to come in and get. Sorry. Shout Raheem, you know. Raheem. Yo, shout Raheem, you know. Raheem. Obviously, I wanted you know what I'm trying to say, a more of a Nico Williams or even an Ivan Toney. But you know what? We got Raheem. I forgot about that, you know. Forgot we got Raheem. So I was going to say I wanted someone that's going to come in and either be a number 9 or be a wide man that's going to score goals. Can Raheem be that? Now, I like Raheem. I have said he's a bit of a has-been. And I want to take that back. I want to take that back publicly. Raheem, you're not a has-been, yeah? You were just in an environment that didn't bring out the best in you. And I understand that. I get it. It makes sense. The same thing happened with Havertz. Chelsea tried gaslight us and make us believe Havertz is dead. He's not. He's good. Yeah? So Raheem, I want to publicly apologize to you and say you're not a has-been. You were just in the wrong environment. Yeah? Come and shine for us, my boy. Come and shine. We believe in you. See that love that you need? We'll give you that. Yeah? But yeah, Arsenal's next game is Tottenham away, and this is gonna be crazy. Now, I don't think we're gonna lose. I don't know why. Of the last few years, like I go into these games thinking, bro, we're not losing to Tottenham. We're not losing to Chelsea. We're not losing to United. I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but that's the belief that these players give me now. We're not losing to these mugs. Are you sick? These men don't beat us. They don't. You know when you play football or FIFA against a man that you know you're better than, but you are not beating me, bro. But go 1-0 up. I don't care. 83rd minute, 1-1. 93rd minute, 2-1. Hand over the pad, big man. You get me? Them kind of vibes. We don't lose to them, man. And that's the energy man's on with them. So, yeah, I think that Tottenham's going to be a good game. I'm going to go for a draw, to be fair. I think that no Rice is going to hurt us. I think Jorginho will come in. Good player, not as mobile. But I think that what we can do against Tottenham is we can almost play Partey and Jorginho in that sitting with one of them with a license to go when they want. Odegaard in front of them to make things happen. And then the 3 wide man, Trossard, Havertz and Saka to make things happen. And obviously, you know, you've got Timber on the left, if he's fit, to come in and play in that midfield just to give them a little bit more of that solidness. You've got Ben White who's going to be going up and down on that right anyway. So we'll definitely have enough power in the attack to get goals. And then I feel like playing Jorginho and Rice is probably a little bit more solid than actually playing Rice and Partey. Obviously, Rice is a better player. But Jorginho ain't going to go doing them big yard runs. Partey, he might go up there a little bit, but at least, you know, Jorginho will sit and stay. Do you get me? And try to dictate play from deep. So yeah, I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope that we win like 3-1. I hope it's light work, quick Odegaard, Saka, Trossard, quick. Half time, 3-0. Hot dog, Coca-Cola. You get me? That kind of vibes, yeah? Yeah, that kind of vibe, that kind of energy I'm going for against Spurs. But yeah, man, we'll see. Like I said, I'll be back for the Arsenal Tottenham game. Hopefully it's a good one. Yeah, and then like I said, look out for the football chit chat show. That's gonna be epic. That's gonna be live. Got some funny guests on there, man. Some good characters. But yeah, that's gonna be dropping every Mondays. Yeah, man. Look out for that, man. And again, you know the vibes, man. Like, comment, follow, subscribe, send it to your auntie, send it to your uncle. Send it to your cousins in another country. Send it to your brethren that are partying, whether they're in Napa, Magaluf, Ibiza. Do you get me? All of that, man, because like I said, you're gonna see my face continuously. So yeah, man. Big up yourselves. Like, comment, share, all of that. And I'll catch you on the next one, man. Come on. Pow.